All right, let's get it. Let's get it. What are we doing? What are we doing? Hopefully everybody is good. Hopefully everything is good to go. Um, all right, sound like the audio is good there. You know, I like to check my audio on all the platforms before going forward. I am on YouTube, I am on Twitch, I am on Facebook, and we are going in. We're going in, we're going in. All right, so that sounds good over there. Facebook usually takes its time, but what I'm going to do is make sure that it's good. Are we good to go? Yeah, we are live over there as well. And let's see. All right, yeah, we're good to go. So we're live on all the platforms that I'm streaming on, and we are good to go. Facebook, Twitch, and what's this thing called? Oh yeah, Twitch, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. I think at some point, I do plan on going live on Rumble, and I may be going live on TikTok sometime down the road. Matter of fact, the TikTok family, I do owe y'all a live stream, so I may be going live uh probably this weekend. I will be letting everybody know when I go live on the TikTok side of things, because I think I'm just do a special TikTok live for now, and I'm probably going to try to implement it with everything else, because I like to try to be live on all the platforms. You know, whether it be YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Rumble, TikTok, and I think that's the 5 places I want to go. I used to go live on what's that website, X. I barely even use it. I just post my own content over there as far as when I put up a video. But I used to go live over there. I may even try to add that into it, so that'd be like all the platforms. Then that'd be like what, six? One, two, three, Rumble, X, TikTok. Yeah, that'd be 6 platforms. So maybe that'd be a thing. It just depends on how things go. But I appreciate anybody who's been watching the channel, anybody who's been liking the videos, anybody who's been commenting, or whatever the case may be. Absolutely love you guys. Kenneth Mullen over there on the YouTube side of things. Appreciate you coming through. Really appreciate you, my brother. Hopefully everything is well. Hopefully everything is good. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into this. Let's see, what are we doing? We're going to be talking about the YouTuber that was rated. We're going to talk about him and why it is a bigger deal than it was last week. We're going to continue with that. I'm also going to talk about ROM distribution. So we're going to talk about that as well. Battlefield 6, that trailer was just released. And I talked about it in the video. I'm going to run back through it. And again, we're going to continue the conversation on that. Project Cars 3, that game is being delisted. That game will not be available within the next, I think it's like in a month. I think, yeah, it's like a month from yesterday. It will be delisted. So that may be a game you might want to pick up within the next 30 days. And I want to talk about game collecting once again, because me and my son, we went out game collecting. Well, we went to buy some games this past week or so, and I was absolutely you know, I was, really excited going through the whole situation of buying games, picking games up, or whatever the case may be. And I really feel that I need to get back into collecting games, and I really did a little bit of research and actually realized that there are more games that I actually want. And these are not games that I'm necessarily like, curious about. These are games that I know for certain that I want. So this is something that I'm going to really evaluate. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I talk about gaming and everything in the umbrella. Over here, this is the VF Cast. I really love gaming. This is one of my biggest hobbies in the whole wide world. I collect games, I buy games, I play games. I'm gonna move these games out of the way. And I really, really enjoy this hobby. I think it's one of the greatest hobbies in the world. I enjoy it. I love it. I've been playing games since 1987. I think somewhere on my Facebook, I gotta go back and look. Yeah, it says on my Facebook, I've been gaming since 1985, which, yeah, that's false. I don't know what made me think put that on. I've been gaming since '87 when I was 5 years old. I went into gaming playing the Atari 2600. And then I jumped over to the NES where Mario 1. I mean, that was the game. And then I remember Mario 2, then Mario 3, then it was on and on. First game I ever played on the original Atari 2600 was Missile Command. That was one of my first games I played. A game I learned how to get really good at. I played a lot of Missile Command. I played some Defender. I also played I did play the Pac-Man game, but that was trash. The Pac-Man game was trash. And I played E.T. as well, which was also trash. So, but nevertheless, I really started picking up games out when I went from Missile Command to Mario 1, and the rest is history after that. So I really live this life. This is not a thing that is something that's cool to do and something that's nice to do on YouTube or whatever the case may be. Like, nah, like I've been doing this since the 80s, and most of the stuff I have behind me is just stuff that I kept from that time all the way up to now. So yeah, so that's basically how things go in there. So anything else I want to say before I get started? I can't think of anything else. That's pretty much the intro, what I was talking about. Intro of my channel, what I like to do. One more thing, I do also have a sports channel that I don't talk about a lot. I need to push this because football season is about to start, and I will be doing content over there as well. So I will let me see if I can switch this around. Yeah, this is my other channel. Let's see, view my channel that I'm going to show on the screen real quick. And this don't have anything to do with gaming per se, but this is just my other channel that I have that I actually, not that one. Here we go. Yeah, let's see, where is it? This one right here. This is my other channel that I have. It's the VF Sports channel. Over here, I talk about Georgia Southern. I talk about the Atlanta Hawks. I talk about the Atlanta Falcons. And what you see on the screen is like a bunch of gaming stuff, right? This used to be my original gaming channel where I talked about gaming and I talked about, the sports stuff. But I decided to separate the two. That's where VF Cast came in. Jump from VF Cast to do the gaming stuff. VF Sports is the stuff that I do on this channel that you're seeing on the screen. And basically, some of the old gaming stuff is still there. That's why you see. And like I said, you see like the sports stuff, Game Day 98, sports game, NFL Fever 2004, sports game, the retro stream when I played, I played Dead or Alive 6, 4 years ago on this channel. I didn't know that. I played retro primetime football. So you kind of see where I'm getting. Fight Night 2004, I played some wrestling. So this where like, it was like sports gaming. But at the end of the day, I really play, game. I game in general. So I wanted to make this channel, the VF Cast channel, to where I talk about gaming as a whole, not just not just sports gaming, because I look at it like this. I love gaming. The sports stuff is just add on, but it was just best for me to separate the two, because talking about sports over there and then turn around and talk about another game that has nothing to do with sports at the same time on the same channel kind of throws off the algorithm. So that's basically why I decided to switch that up. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this. We already talked about this YouTuber that was raided. Handhelds was seized. His phone was seized. Excuse me. They didn't give his phone back until like some months later. I think they still have the handhelds. He's possibly facing jail time and up to a 15 euro fine. So that that's what they're dealing with right now, and that's what he's dealing with. And it is a pretty messed up situation, to be honest. I mean, you don't want to see anybody go to jail or anything like that. That's kind of crazy. But with that being said, I feel that this guy was moving a little sloppy. And I think that was the biggest issue with how I feel about this. I feel like he was just moving a little bit sloppy. and he need to do better. He need to be better with what's going on. So with that being said, he is in a little bit of hot water for being sloppy. So I'm going to share the screen, show this off, and then we're going to get into ROM distribution, how I feel about that. So basically, YouTuber rated for reviewing handheld emulation consoles appears to have shared ROM details. Now, this is the thing you do not want to do when you are doing these type of videos. I don't care if it's the handhelds or you talking about gaming. Even somebody like myself, we talk about gaming. What you may not want to do is talk about the ROMs, where you got them from, what you're doing with them, or how you're going to move them around, whatever the case may be. You need to be talking about the actual emulator or the emulation device. That is basically it. You don't need to be talking about ROMs, where you got them from. I don't even care if they're your ROMs that you dumped yourself. It's not a good idea to even talk about it. At the end of the day, these are copyrighted material, and you will be, or could be, I would necessarily say, I would just say could be subjected to the law coming and breathing down your neck. So you need to be very careful when doing this. So the update to this, which I did a video on this earlier today, the update is Francisco Cellini, which is the guy's name of, I forgot, it was some nerd game. I can't remember his name. I'll get it in a second. He promoted ROM downloads in a video this year. So I don't know if it's one video or whatever the case may be, but he promoted ROM downloads. So the update, his name is Once Were Nerd. That's his YouTube channel called Once Were Nerd. That's his YouTube channel. Let me see if y'all can see this a little bit better. It might be a little bit better if there we go. But that is perfect. So as per Android Authority, it transpires that YouTuber Francesco Cellini. I'm not good with names. I'm just gonna call him Once Were Nerd. May have withheld information related to the recent on his property. This is not written well. May have withheld information relating to the recent on his property by the Italian Guardia di Finanza. Yeah, that Finanza. That's not written right. It seems like Cellini, I cannot say this, was actually never going as far as to share ROMs and BIOS files himself, linked to a blog post which contained copyrighted material in a video post back in January. So in January, he shared the ROM and BIOS himself. You don't share this stuff. This stuff you don't want to share. It also has been discovered that by users on Retro Achievement Forum. Retro Achievements is absolutely awesome. I highly recommend you go over there and check out Retro Achievements. I love what they do, but I don't use it because I don't play on emulators. But if you play on emulators, they make their achievements over there. They do a great job. Discovered by users on Retro Achievement forums that Once Were Nerd was selling some of the used emulation handhelds on his Telegram devices, which came with micro SD cards containing games. Once Were Nerd previously stated that he never profited directly from selling these handhelds. Oh, man. But you got people telling on you that you sold some of the stuff with the ROMs on it. Android Authority says it has contacted Once Were Nerd for comment, but he declined as the investigation is ongoing. Yeah, it's best for him not to say nothing at this point. He better just shut up. However, he says he will provide more in-depth updates on the matter on his channels. If I was him, I wouldn't say nothing. I would just shut up. I wouldn't say nothing containing to this. Let your lawyers do the talking and not do, because if they got, which based on what I've seen, they have information and they got receipts that this guy was sharing the ROMs, sharing the links to actually find the ROMs and BIOS. They say they got this stuff. If they got this type of information, you might not want to say anything, because anything that you say at this point is going to make you look bad, even if it's for or against yourself. Well, you may think it's for or against yourself. It's probably going to look bad. So you may not want to say anything pertaining to this. You might want to just chill out. The original story, if you're aware of companies like this, is the original story. I think this is the update up here, but this is the original story. Let's see. If you're aware of companies like Ambernick and Powkitty, then you also be aware that almost all of their devices ship with micro SD cards full of ROMs. Yes, they do that, which that should be illegal on Ambernick and Powkitty side, but these places that make these handhelds, they're out of China. You're not going to go into China and prosecute anybody. Their government's not going to allow it. You'll be amazed at how much stuff they copyright and steal over there in China, and you're not going to do nothing about it. Their government is not going to let you prosecute their people. So yeah, that's why they get away with this stuff. As you can imagine, copyright holders are less than thrilled about this, and Nintendo recently took action to prevent its games from being shown in reviews of these devices. So like if you go to like his channel or other retro handheld channels, they do not want you to be showing their games on these devices. Like you will see these games that they may play, but they will blur them out when they're playing them on the devices, which, yeah, Nintendo is very heavy-handed with that stuff. And to an extent, I don't blame them. As a consequence, many manufacturers have started to remove Nintendo games from their preloaded libraries. Yeah, you might want to leave Nintendo alone because they're the ones that necessarily like to go after people when it comes to stuff like this. They don't care. They will come after you. So, yeah, I don't blame them. This is now has been taken a step further with the Italian YouTuber who, in addition, covered retro, also reviewed handheld emulation handhelds, having his home raided by customs enforcement officers from the Guardia di Finanza, armed with a search warrant to investigate the promotion of pirated materials. Guardia di Finanza is like the FBI for Italy. This is his video that he done. You could check this video out. It is translated, but he speaks in Italian on this video. But yeah. What's up, Sir Bishop? How you doing? The raid took place April 15th, and the YouTuber says more than 30 consoles are taken, including the ones from Ambernick, Powkitty, and Trim UI. Custom officers also took his smartphone and said it would be returning it within days. In fact, he didn't get it back for another month. Hey man, I'm doing great, man. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're doing great. Once Werner points out that he's unaware of the charges against him, what the charges might actually be under Italian law. This is not disclosed until the investigation is concluded. He's already been caught. I ain't gonna say he's been caught, but they have been receipts out there saying that he's been distributing these ROMs in BIOS. So if he's unaware, he should know now. However, reproduction of copyrighted materials was mentioned in the initial complaint. See, there it is. So they're telling them what it is. And both Sony and Nintendo names are listed. So PlayStation is going at them as well. However, this does not necessarily mean that these two companies are involved in the case. For his part, once Werner was complied fully with the officials, as he didn't initially think he had done anything wrong. Yeah, I mean, you might want to comply regardless, but yeah. Nevertheless, yeah, this is right. Sony, it doesn't mean that they're involved, which I don't think Sony is necessarily involved, to be honest. I don't think they are. I think that they just went after him because they probably found out that he was distributing the stuff over the internet. Because this is not the type of stuff that Sony and Sony and Nintendo would do. They normally just say, hey, we want to cease and desist. We'll take you to court and sue you. They don't really go after this situation like this. They don't usually raid people's houses. Not that I know of. Maybe y'all know something I don't know. But every time I see Nintendo's getting involved, they always been the type to actually say, hey, we need to tell you guys to stop distributing our stuff. We're going to take you to court and sue you. I've never seen them like put people in jail, but hey, maybe I'm wrong. The YouTuber said that officials have claimed his reviews of such emulation devices are punishable under Article 171 of the Italian copyright law. The maximum fine is 15,000 euros or around $17,000 and 3 years in jail. Once winner could also have his channel closed down. The Italian police have taken a hard line against similar devices in the past. Last year, a haul of counterfeit retro game consoles almost worth 50 million euros were seized. Wow. So, like I said, so this is a thing that it seems that the Italian government is just doing. This doesn't seem like a Sony thing. Yeah, I'm just clicking this right here. Italian retro gaming traffic ring. So they had a trafficking ring worth $55 million. 9 people were arrested back in 2024. I mean, just look at this. I mean, just look at this. You're asking for this when you put this type of. This is a Nintendo controller with extra buttons, and they got Atari plugins on an NES that's called a Cool Baby family computer. Yeah. You deserve to get it if you do stuff like this. I'm not going to get into all this, but they do say that these systems are sold on Amazon, which Amazon need to be held. They need to be held responsible for this. They don't need to be selling this stuff. But nevertheless, that is the whole situation behind ROM distribution. I look at it like this. Let me see. Yeah. Listen, man. Don't be distributing this stuff. Just don't. Just stop. If you know anybody that doing it, chill out. Because at some point you just never know that whoever will come after you. If you got these ROMs, hold on to them, keep them on your hard drive, all that other stuff. But distributing them, downloading them could be a risk. Telling people where to go to get them could be a risk. I would just leave this stuff alone. I mean, a lot of people say, this is not a serious crime. You shouldn't do this, that, and third. And look, I get it. I don't think it's nothing. I think it's harmless, honestly. I don't think this is anything that's really hurting Nintendo or Sony. I personally don't think it is. But at the same time, laws are laws. You know what I'm saying? It's the law at the end of the day. So, I mean, if this is something that you want to partake in, please be mindful that this is the law. You may want to find an extra way to not distribute these over the internet. I would say personally, I wouldn't do it on the internet, if anything. It's kind of crazy to think about stuff like that, but I just feel like I look at it like this. I feel that when you are distributing ROMs like this, I don't know the whole ins and out of it, because every time I hear about it, people are doing this online. I don't know if it's the same thing applies if you do it in person or whatever the case may be, or if you just want to, let's say, for instance, download your ROMs on a thumb drive or whatever. You put them on a thumb drive, and you hand it to somebody, and you say, here's the games on a thumb drive. Is that the same thing? I mean, I guess by law it is. So you just have to be careful at the end of the day. I would not recommend dealing with, stuff like this. I mean, you just never know. Is it likely that you'll get, something happen to you? I mean, in the States, probably not. Probably not in the States. But you just never know, Somebody from Nintendo could come across your content if you're doing YouTube, or they may come across a website and they may just get everybody's information who's been on that website, and it's just something to think about. I just look at it like this. I would just stay away from it. That's just me. I get it, but I just would, that would just be me. Nevertheless, I want to jump over to something else. Guess we can talk about Battlefield 6, right? I think Battlefield 6 is doing us a solid. I think based on this trailer, and I know it's just a trailer, I think this trailer looks really good. I think this trailer is actually pretty solid. I think this game, if it's going to be anything like this trailer, if it's going to be like 90% of what this trailer is, I think we're in good hands. This game is basically going back to the roots of Battlefield 4. I talked about this in a video. I'm going to run this trailer again. I'm not running this in 4K. I have a 1440p monitor. My 4K monitor is right here, which I may need to configure that. But yeah, I'm running this in 1440p. I want to look at it in 1440p because watching it in 4K doesn't mean no good on this. But maybe I'll hook up my 4K monitor sooner or later. So let's look at this. I don't think there's any copyright material in there because when I look back on my channel when I did this the other day, the copyright did seem fine. But let's go.
My fellow citizens, my fellow.
Y'all let me know if y'all can hear that. Y'all should be able to hear it.
We're ready, Mr. President.
My fellow citizens.
I didn't know Battlefield Studios was a thing.
Day in our history, with this monstrous, unprovoked attack.
I don't know why, but I'm always stuck on this right here. Look at that weapon. The detail on that weapon looks so gritty. It looks so good. I'm looking at it like, dang, that looks nice.
No country is safe from their reach. For all those serving on our behalf, our prayers go with you. For the Pax Armada mercenaries who are watching now, I have a message. It's over.
Let's get to work.
Come, your masters of war. Hear the bells of victories. You hide behind walls.
30 seconds.
They turn and run farther when the fast bullets cry.
Move fast. Move decisive. Dagger on my 6.
Man, that looks so good.
And I hope that you die. And your death will come soon.
And they got that old school Battlefield music.
Paint the target for the F-61.
Multiplayer revealed July 31st, so a week from, no, that's Thursday or Friday? One of them days. Yeah, a Thursday. What I seen on this, this looks really good. The trailer looked good. I want to see what the multiplayer is hitting on. I need to see that. And I don't like playing multiplayer games, but I will play this because I played a lot of Battlefield 4. I will play this. Now, what did I see? The maps, not the maps, but the DLC. I'm gonna go back and look at this. Where is it? Right here. I can't remember. Was this? I can't remember what map this was on, but you saw a lot of Battlefield 4 in this game. I don't know if y'all noticed that. Like one of them was like you saw a lot of Second Assault, Dragon's Teeth. Oh no, not Second Assault. I'm not Dragon's Teeth. You saw a lot of Second Assault, China Rising, Naval Strike, and I'm gonna show it to you. Where is it? You'll see it. That right there, this reminds me a lot of China Rising. Because remember, China Rising was like in the jungle. So that's a lot of China Rising right there. That reminds me of China Rising. This right here is this a part of Second Assault when they're in the desert? Or was that China Rising as well? Let me look. Where the maps are. I'm gonna look over here. Yeah, because this have Operation Metro, Caspian Storm, Gulf of Oman, all that stuff right there. That it reminds me of that. That was night operations from Battlefield 4. That gave me the night operation vibe. That right there is the dam from Battlefield 4. That right there is the, what is that flood stage? Or this could be the windstorm stage. Goodness, I can't remember the names of them. It's been so long since I played it. But yeah, that reminds me of Battlefield 4. Because I was gonna say it's this flood stage, but it reminds me of that. And this is Naval Strike. This looks like a lot of Naval Strike. China Rising again. So they have a lot of stuff in here that's from those, from those areas. But this is in New York. What was that? Let me see if I can go back in. This is one of my favorite levels. This right here. What was the name of that level over here? I got the DLC hooked up right here, but it was under, was it Second Assault? Operation Metro. Operation Metro. It gives me the Operation Metro vibes because this was the one Operation Metro had when you went under in the subways and stuff. I think that was Operation Metro. And this is the Final Stand. The snow area was from Final Stand. Final Stand had the snow levels. So I think what Battlefield 6 is trying to do, they're trying to go back to those, they're trying to go back to that old school, I ain't gonna say old school, but what got them really a lot of attention and notoriety. Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, all that good stuff. That was the stuff that got them on the map. Because Battlefield 2 was okay. Battlefield 1942 was good. All those they was pretty solid. But when Battlefield 3 came out, that's what it was. Battlefield 3 was like that game. Battlefield 3 is an excellent game. I still got it. And I need to play the campaign on that on my Xbox 360 because I played a lot of it on the I played the campaign on the PS3, but I got it on the 360 because it's backwards compatible with the series. And I got the games on PC as well. So like and I'm gonna talk about this when I get to the game collecting Resurgence thing. I'm gonna get to this a little bit later. But I've gotten to the point where I really want to go back and play a lot of games that I truly miss. And a lot of those games are from that era. Xbox 360, PS3, PS2, even some PS4 games. Some games that I've completed and I want to go back through it again because some of those games are like really good. And games nowadays, I don't have that feeling on those games. This is one of the reasons why I went back to play SOCOM. Like now I'm in the middle of a live stream when playing Tomb Raider, the definitive edition. Doom 3. These are a lot of games that I've played in the past that I want to go back and play again. And maybe, that'll be a part of another stream where I play Battlefield 3 or whatever. But I have a lot of games that I really want that I just basically added to the backlog. But a lot of those games that I've played before that I want to go back and play again. And I think Battlefield 6 is trying to go and reach that audience that actually was enthusiastic about Battlefield, because Battlefield 1 kind of held it together a little bit. Battlefield 5 basically fell off the rails. And I think it's actually a okay game. I just think they never really was able to keep it all together. And I haven't even touched 2042, which, does that game have a campaign? Let me see. So it does not have a single player campaign. Okay, all right, so good. So I know I don't need to buy Battlefield 2042, because I actually love playing these games for the campaign. That is like my thing. I love playing the campaign, and that is something that I really want to get back into doing, playing some of these campaigns that I haven't played in like 10, 15. In some cases, if you really go back to like the Call of Duty 2 on a 360, games I haven't played in like almost 20 years, I want to go back and play those. So I think that this is an opportunity to do that, especially when I want to live stream more. So definitely looking forward to Battlefield 6. I think this is going to be a solid game. I'm actually, pretty excited about this. I think this is going to be, pretty solid. I'm really interested to see how it goes. So what's the next that I wanted to do? I want to talk about, I think I'm going to go ahead and talk about Project Cars. Project Cars being delisted. Project Cars 3 is going to be delisted. This is another racing game. We kind of talked about a few games that was semi going away. When you talk about Need for Speed Rivals, the offline is going to be offline in October. But right now, I just found out today that Project Cars 3 is going to be delisted in a month, a little bit less than a month. So this is something that's really interesting. So now we got Project Cars 3. It's going to be delisted on August 24th. Online is going to be shut down in February. So Project Cars 3 is not going to be on the any platform after, August 24th. I don't have this game. I may end up picking this game up. Let me see. Yeah, it's Project Cars 3. Yeah, they haven't put it up on. They haven't put it up on Steam yet. Okay, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that. But yeah, the game came out August 27th, 2020. It's going to be delisted August 24th, so that's right as shy of 5 years. And the game's going to be gone. It's kind of similar to what happened with Grid 2019. That was delisted in 2024, like about 5 years after it was released. It seemed like it's about to be it seemed like it's a running theme. A lot of these games that are actually being delisted, the racing games per se, I think like maybe like a 5-year mark is like when they are actually delisted or whatever. And that's basically, what it is. I want to buy this game, but on Steam right now, it is $60 to buy this game. And I think that's kind of insane. They need to go ahead and drop the price on this. And if you want the deluxe edition, that's an extra $34. So if you want the entire package of the game, it is $94.99. Oh, they put an update on it right here. Project Cars product sales will end August 24, 2025. Please note that the times, all DLC, you get to keep all the stuff. But the online will be working until February 24th, 2026, which ain't too many people play this game anyway. So, so that's basically what's going on there. We have a situation where this game is going to be gone. Now, for me, I want this game. I have Project Cars 1 and 2 already on my, I got it on my PC already. And I think Project Cars 1 and 2 are already delisted. I think Project Cars 1 and 2. Yeah, it says with the series with Project Cars 1 and 2 being both of those was delisted 5 years after its release. So it seemed like this is the same thing that's going on here. Project Cars was in development. Okay, there was a Project Cars sequel in development for 2024, but after Electronic Arts acquired Codemasters, who themselves acquired Slightly Mad Studios in 2019. So basically what happened was Codemasters picked up Slightly Mad Studios. Codemasters was doing the Grid series, the Dirt series, the F1 series. They do those games. They picked up Project Cars, Slightly Mad Studios in 2019, which I thought was going to be absolutely amazing. Two companies that make solid games would have been together to make a great game, but turn around, EA got everybody. So when EA got them, you kind of know what's going on at that point. You know, I mean, EA gets companies and they kill them off. So that's basically what's happening here. And yeah, so now you're looking at some great games, man. Some great games. Project Cars 2. I don't know too much about Project Cars 3, but I don't even want to get into the entire situation with Codemasters because they make some phenomenal racing games. And now looks like they're going to be going as well with what they've done with the WRC series. Dirt is gone. Grid is gone. And I don't know, I guess Codemasters is just going to be dealing with the F1 game. And it kind of sucks at the end of the day. And fun fact, Slightly Mad Studios, this company was a part of the Need for Speed Shift series. So it's kind of like these racing games are going away. You look at what's going on with, oh my God. You see what's going on with Need for Speed. Need for Speed is probably shelved because they're from what we've heard, all the rumors, Need for Speed may not be going around anymore. I mean, they might not make any more Need for Speed games. Now you're looking at WRC, which WRC is going to live through Nacon. Nacon is going to, they took the license, they're going to run with it. But we don't have any more Dirt games. We don't, good Dirt 5, and you know, that was it. I don't hear anything about Dirt being made again. You also see Grid 2019. That was the last one that came out because you had Grid 2019, you had Grid Legends, Grid Autosport, you had Grid 1 and 2. You had there was another Grid that came out, I think. Then you had Dirt Showdown. You had all this other stuff going on, and now all of these games are pretty much gone. All these IPs are pretty much going by the wayside. And then I don't even want to get into Forza Motorsport because Forza Motorsport might be gone because Turn 10 got rid of half of their crew. So when you look at these racing games, we're looking at a situation where a lot of these games that are racing games are pretty much, they're pretty much dying off. You got Forza Horizon. You also have, what's the other game? Forza Horizon, you still got Gran Turismo. So you're basically looking at Project Motor Racing, Assetto Corsa. You still got a few games that are still out there. You still got a few. But a chunk of them are getting taken away. Kenneth Muller asked if we buy Project Cars before it get delisted. Yeah, if you buy it before it get delisted, you'll still be able to play it. It says it here on Steam. It says if you bought the game digitally, it will remain in your library and can be re-downloaded in the future. Any DLC purchased before August 24th will still be available to use after this date. The game's online modes will also remain active until February 24th, 2026. So yeah, you'll still be able to play this game after it is after it's delisted. You buy it, you're still good. Matter of fact, it says it right here. It says it right here. You'll still be able to play the game. You'll still be able to play it after you buy it. You're still in good hands. Now, as far as physical copies of this game, I don't have any physical copies of Project Cars 1, 2, or 3. I bought Project Cars 1 and 2 on PC, and I actually thought about buying them physically, I may need to do that. This is a good idea. Let me look at this. I expect these games to be pretty expensive. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Let me take this down. I want you guys to see this. Hold on. Let me take this down. So for PlayStation 4, this is still a pretty good deal. You can get the game complete for $966. There's Project Cars 2. This one is a little bit more expensive on PS4. On Xbox is much cheaper. So the complete price, if you want, this is almost $22. Slightly, it went up a little bit. But for some reason, the Xbox version, oh, that's the PAL version. Okay. They got a collector's edition? That's in the PAL region, though. The collector's edition is pretty expensive. So Project Cars 1 and 2. Why the PAL edition is much more expensive over there? I don't know. I don't really care. But you're looking at about $20 to buy this game for each one. Project Cars 3. I didn't mean to do that. Yikes. Okay. Project Cars 3, $14 complete. Yeah, $14. So yeah, this may not be a bad look if I decide to go pick these games up. Like I said, I already got them on PC. I don't really need these games. You know, but if I was to pick them up, it's not going to hurt anything. It's not going to hurt if I decide to pick them up. But yeah, they're going to be delisted August 24th, and it's going to be shut down. And this is like one thing I just never thought about. I never thought about buying these games. I just never thought about buying them physical. But I do have them on PC. Where is it? Okay, window. It's my Steam account right here. It's my library. There's Project Cars. I haven't played much of this. I need to play more of this. So I only played 9 hours of it. There's Project Cars 2. It's not even downloaded. I played 6 hours of this. So I completed the first season based on the achievement right there. And I haven't finished the first season on this. I may need to go in and play this. I may play this tonight after I'm done with the stream. Because this is something I need to really get into. Project Cars is actually it's a really, really good racing game. I haven't played Project Cars 3, but Project Cars 1 and 2, they're actually really solid. But I'm a big racing fan at the end of the day. But I think they're really good, and I highly recommend you picking them up. Unfortunately, I'm gonna share this again so you guys. Unfortunately, if you was to go in, if you try to go buy this game, it'll tell you right here. I don't know how well you can see this. It's no longer available. It's been delisted. It sucks because this was a really good game, really good game. And if you want to get this on the PS4, Xbox One, I recommend getting the first or the second one. The third one I haven't played, so I can't say. But it's a really good game, and I may play some of this when I get off the stream. It's actually pretty good. Speaking of buying games, picking up games, I guess I can get into the I'll say the last part of the stream. Let's talk about some resurgence in collecting games. I look at it like this, man. I really love video games. I love collecting them. I love picking them up. I love buying them. I love playing them. And this is something that's basically a part of my lifestyle. Something I love to do. And I think that at some point it should be a cap on what you collect, because I've always been afraid of getting carried away with picking up games and having a whole bunch of games in here and not knowing what to do with them because I just have too many, and on top of that having sensory overload. You know, that's a good question. Let me get to this question real quick. How would you play the physical version if it's delisted? How will you compare this to the Sony game Concord? Some places sold it physical. All right, this is a good question, and this is a really easy question as well. Hold on a second. Oh, hold on one second. What is another delisted game? Let me think. What is it? Okay. This game right here, you cannot play this game. How would it compare to Sony game Concord? This game is a physical game, but you cannot play it. No matter what you do, you put it in your PlayStation 5, you put it, if you still got this game downloaded on your PC, if you have the game downloaded on your PlayStation 5, no matter what you do, you will not be able to play this game. I could put this in my PS5 right now, it would do nothing. This game has been delisted. You cannot buy this game anywhere on any platform. PC, they got rid of this game on PC. They got rid of it on Xbox. They got rid of it on PlayStation. You cannot buy this game and play it. Or you cannot download this game anywhere or buy it. But with this physical copy, I could put this in my Xbox 360 right now and it will work. Same thing with Project Cars 3. If you have the physical copy of the game, you can put that game in your Xbox One. You can still put it into your PS5. You can still put it in your Xbox Series. It will still work. The problem is the game is just not for sale anymore. You won't be able to play the game anymore. You won't be able to buy the game anymore, but you will still be able to play it. Another game, for instance, I will show on the screen right here. Like this game right here. Oh, not that, sorry. This game right here, Project Cars. This game is delisted right now. You cannot buy this game on Steam. You cannot buy this game on the PlayStation Store or the Xbox Store. But this right here, it says play. I could click this right now and I'll be able to play the game. So I will still be able to play the game. If I go buy Project Cars at the store, a physical copy, just like Spec Ops The Line right here, I'll still be able to play the game because it's still available to play, but it's just not available to purchase, if that makes sense. Does this game have DLC? I don't think this game had DLC. I'm not sure. If it is, I sure did miss out on it. Well, that sucks. So that's the difference between these two games. Concord, no matter what I do, I will not be able to play this game. Spec Ops The Line, I can put this in my 360 right now and play it. This game has been delisted and shut down completely. This game has just been delisted. It's not shut down. So that's the difference between Project Cars 3 or any other game. Just say Project Cars 3. Let me see. It's another one. How about Activision Spider-Man on the 360? Sony owns Spider-Man license, but will it play? But will a physical Xbox? Yeah, it will still work. Yeah. Physical Spider-Man game that was made by Activision will still work. Matter of fact, they can't take the physical copy of the game away from you. Naturally, actually, this is a thing about Stop Killing Games. They can't take the game away from you even if you have a digital copy of that game on your 360. Even if you have it in your library, they can't take it away from you. The problem with this game, they delisted this game because it sold poorly and they gave people refunds. The only way that they got away with this because they gave people their refunds back. Did they have to? They probably didn't have to do that, but they did. So Activision Spider-Man, you can still play that game. It's no different than the Spider-Mans that came out on the PlayStation 2. You can still play that game. Like, I gotta look. I'm glad you said it. I gotta see. I'm gonna look on my because I don't think I have it, but here we go. Hold on. This is a good conversation. Yeah, they're right up here at the top. Thank you. I could play these right now if I want to. If I wanted to play these, I could play these right now. These are the Activision Spider-Mans you're talking about. I could play these right now if I want to. What's up, son? What you need, baby? You good? What's wrong? What's up? Hold on. But yeah, just because it's on 360, it doesn't. Come on. You good. You good. Just because they're on 360 doesn't matter. I can still play these games right now. Just even though that Sony owns the Spider-Man license, I can play these right now. It's no big deal. So yeah, that doesn't matter. I think what we're starting to realize is that, and it kind of sucks that what we're dealing with right now is that these companies that delist games, they delist these games to the point where they feel like all these games are like null and void. No, if you have a physical copy of a game, you're still be able to play that game. The only game that I remember that you cannot play physical right now is Concord. It's another game too. Let me see if I can find it. I got this game.
I really like Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man.
this is another physical game that you have that you cannot play. They shut down the servers. This game is basically a coaster. Yeah.
Oh, it just says Meg.
Mag, yeah. This game, you can't play that. The Crew is another one. So those are like 3 games I know you just cannot play regardless. And the reason why you can't play them, well, this one was an online only game. So that's not a big deal. This was bound to happen. The crew going away is borderline illegal. Matter of fact, Ubisoft is in court right now. Ubisoft is in court right now because of The Crew. With Concord, they decided to pull the plug on Concord and gave everybody refunds. So, yeah, this is like an anomaly. As far as these games go, these games are delisted. These games are delisted, but you can still play them. As long as you got the physical copy, you should be able to, you still can play them. Aren't you afraid that if you forget to leave your system connected online, the rights holders like Sony will force Nintendo or Microsoft to send an update rendering the game useless? I will say this. I doubted that would happen, but that is a big possibility. That's a big possibility, but I doubt it'll happen. I mean, my Wii U don't even go online anymore. My Wii, there's no reason for my Wii U to be online. The Xbox 360 could be online because if you still want to sync your achievements, like you can still sync your achievements on the 360 if you want to like put them onto your Xbox account. So yeah, you might want your 360 to still be online for that. Same thing with the PS3. You might want to sync your trophies up. So yeah, that's a good idea. But I don't think that Sony would do that to these Spider-Man games. I don't think that's going to happen. Could it happen? Yeah, I think absolutely. I think they could do that. I mean, we already got. I mean, look what Nintendo is doing right now with people Switch 2s. They can remotely brick your console on the Switch 2. So yeah, absolutely. I think that Sony could do it, but I don't think they will do it. I think these games here are just a thing of the past, and they just, you know, they are what they are. They're just a thing of the past. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I didn't realize, you know, all this. I had this game. I played about a good couple of hours of this game. I'm just now realizing that this game has all the DLC on the disc. That's pretty neat. I didn't know that. And this game right here fluctuate in price a lot. Like, I don't know if it's still up in price, but at one point this game was really, really expensive. Matter of fact, let me look and see.
Okay, that was a nice.
I want to look that up because now I'm kind of curious about that. Wait, what?
What? No, they can't.
That's not too bad. They got it on the PS4. If you want this game on the PS4, it's like $40 something on PS4. And I'm not joking about that. I want to put this up so you guys can see this. Just for kicks and giggles, I wanted to see this. Right now, if you want a complete copy of Spider-Man 2 on the PS4, it's $41. And it just went up $2.97. At one point, this game was $70. That's insane. I knew the price of this game went up, but I didn't know it went up like that. I mean, I thought it was like $60, maybe $50. I didn't know it went up to $70. Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder how much the Wii U version is. Do they have the Wii U version over here? Oh, they got comic books. Where's the Wii U version? Oh, it's right here. Ha! The Wii U version is only $15. Complete. And it went up to $30 at one point. That's interesting. You know, I like looking at stuff like this. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah. Why I want to pick up games now compared to how I felt a while back. I felt like going out to buy games, and I don't want to have all these games in the world. I don't want to have all of these games. Like, oh, I don't want all the games that's on one set. But I know that at this point I have, like at one point I thought it was like 6 games or like 5 games. But after doing my research, I'm down to probably like 25 to 30 games that I want to buy that's left in my collection. I did a wish list. Shout out to Game Eye. I think if you are a game collector, you may want to download this app. This app basically shows you an inventory of all of your games. I'm not done with this yet, but I got a good bit of games that's on here, but I'm not done yet. But I went to the wish list. See if my wish list is still up.
Come on. No.
Okay, my wish list. I have 25 games on my wish list that I want, and I want to go and get these games.
That's a million.
I want to go back and get these games, and they're very expensive. Some of the games are really expensive. I don't know if I'll be able to show this on the screen. I don't want to be able to, I don't see no reason to do that. But some of these games are really expensive. Maybe I'll do a whole video about that. And I really feel that I want to pursue that. And after I get these 25 games, I don't know what I'll do. But these 25 games that I want, they're basically making me want to go back out and collect games again. Will I find other games on the way? Yeah, there are some games that I may end up picking up that I find interesting, but I know for certain these are 25 games. Well, I guess I'll talk about them now, right? Why not? I mean, I'm just sitting here. Before I do that, let me see. Going back to the ROM discussion, how was Soulja Boy able to promote his theme console and not get arrested? If you followed the Soulja Boy thing, I'm glad you brought that up. If you followed the Soulja Boy thing, it was never about him getting arrested. Nintendo went after him and made him do a cease and desist. So when Soulja Boy was selling those drop ship consoles, I know he was trying to make money, but Nintendo got on him and like, look, you're not about to bring this from overseas and bring them to the United States and think you're going to sell these. Now we coming for that. So they didn't try to arrest him. Nintendo, like I said about this guy that's in Italy, Nintendo, when they come after you, they mostly just want you to stop or they're going to bankrupt you. They don't really try to put people in jail.
Dad, what's a bankrupt?
Bankrupt means when you lose all of your money.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what bankrupt means. My son asked what bankrupt means. So that's what that is.
I like that idea. I would not-
What happened in Italy, it seemed like the government, the law enforcement in Italy went after this guy for copyright infringement. I don't think this was a Nintendo thing, having Nintendo use the FBI to go after this guy. I think it was an Italian thing solely. It just so happened that it was a Nintendo ROMs that he was distributing. But with Soulja Boy, like I said, they usually go after people that are, distributing the ROMs, and they just want to bankrupt you. They don't really try to send people to jail. But let's get back to these 25 games. Need for Speed Underground for the original Xbox. Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast on the Xbox. Now, I have that game on the PS2, but I want it for the original Xbox. That game right now is running for over $280 on the original Xbox. It's insane.
$280?
Yes, $280.
Dude, that's so... That is the horrible number. I would not even have enough money for that.
Oh, yeah, and I'm about to show it to you right now. This is one of the games that I want right here.
Ooh, oh, sorry.
Outrun 2000. I want this game. This is one of the games that had gotten away from me on the original Xbox. I should have bought this game a long time ago, and I missed out on it. Right here, around 2016, I actually saw this game for like $25. And I put off buying this game, and I wish I didn't do that. I didn't do that because I remember when this game was around $25. After that,
game, so that means I can play.
Yeah, it's an e-game. Means you can play it. Yeah, but after that, June 2016, not even a month later, it jumps from 28. No, it jumped to $29.36, and it went up to $81 in a month.
Bro.
$29.36 to $81 in 1 month. And it hasn't went down. It hasn't gone down ever since. If anything, it kept going higher. It got the 104, 140. It went up to 217, went back down.
Whoa.
It went up to 307 in 2022.
What is that place? What?
307 in 2022. Went back down to 229, went back up to the highest point, which is 320. Complete in box, which I feel this is the only way you should buy a game. I don't think you should buy a game loose. I wouldn't do it, but teach his own. 320 in August of 2022, and they've been fluctuating, and right now it's at 279. I remember when this game was $25 back in 2016, and I said no, I'm not going to buy it. I'll wait to go back and get it. And that was in February 2016. I can't remember exactly when that was. It could have been around that time, but it jumped from $29.36 to $81 in a month, and that was the end of that. That was the end of that. Insane. So that's one of the games that I do want. Yeah. Next game that I want that's on the 360. Oh my God. I'm setting myself up. Why do I do this? Why do I do this? Why do I do this? Why do I do this?
This one's tough. Well, this one don't give me no chaos. I'm playing my favorite game. Well, this is the craziest game I ever played. Well,
I can't believe I did this. Why did I do this to myself? This is another game that I want on the 360. I remember when this game, nobody wanted this game. Moochie Moochie Pork, Pink Sweets, nobody wanted this game. I remember when nobody wanted this game. Nobody wanted this game. And I remember when this game was like maybe $15. Yeah, I'm going to put off. I'll get it. I'll buy it on Amazon. It was $15 on Amazon. I'll get around to it. Bro, in 2022, it automatically jumped up to $138 and never came back down. Right now, the game is $204 to buy. This is another game I want in my collection. This is Unreal. I don't understand why I did not buy it when nobody wanted this game in 2021. Unreal. With Hulk Hogan passing, have you rechecked your collection for WWF, WWE, WCW games? and Adam. Well, I got pretty much every WWF, WWE, WCW game on the N64. I pretty much got all those games on the N64. I got some wrestling games on the original Xbox. Also got some on the GameCube. I think I got Royal Rumble on the Super Nintendo. Trying to think. I think that's it. I think after original Xbox, I haven't bought any of like the WWE 2Ks or anything like that. I haven't bought any of those since like I think the N64 wrestling games were the best games back then. I think those are the best games. So I love the N64 games. But nevertheless, this is another game that I got on my wish list that nobody wanted. Any on Dreamcast. I think I got WWF Royal Rumble on Dreamcast. I do have that game. I take that back. I do have that. WWF Royal Rumble on Dreamcast. I do have that. Nobody wanted this game. And it just shot up to 138 out of nowhere. And it never turned around. Crazy. Now this game, now this is a game I do want. This game never was really cheap. It always been around the $30, $40 mark. So I expect this game to be $70. I can live with this game being said. Blazing Lasers is an excellent game for the TurboGrafx 16. I love this game. I have this game on my PS3. I have this game on my Wii U from the virtual store. And I think that's the only two places I got this game. But I do want a physical copy of this game. I don't mind buying this. I don't even mind buying this game loose. And I know I said earlier don't buy the game loose, but I don't mind buying the Hue card, even though that's kind of iffy as well. But yeah, I can see myself buying this. This is a game that I do want for.
And Daddy got me this.
Yeah, I got Rayman Legends. Yeah, I did get that.
Yeah, we got 3 versions. We got one over there, sitting over there, and 2 is right here.
N64, Mario Kart, Mario 64. I don't have those games physical, which I didn't have those games physical, but I don't have Mario Kart 64 or Super Mario 64 on physical. Those games run around $40. Nintendo GameCube. This is one game on the GameCube that I want. Where is it? Here it is right here. Resident Evil Nemesis. This is a game that I want. I have Resident Evil 1 and 2 on the Dreamcast. No, I'm sorry. I have Resident Evil 1 and 2 on the GameCube. I don't have this game on the GameCube. Nobody wanted this game back in 2012. It shot up to $28. Cool. Around here, it was nice. But for some reason, once 2018 hit, January 2019, it started going up in price. $60. It has been up to at least $110. Right now is $104. $105 if you want to buy this game complete. I'm not gonna say I missed out on this game. This was a game I was like, yeah, whatever. You know, I wasn't, because I had the game, I played it. It is what it is. We already know how Resident Evil is back in the day. The turn-based, I ain't gonna turn-based, but the tank style controls, yeah, whatever. So I never was really running after this game, but will I pay $100 for it? This may be one of those games I probably will not pay this kind of money for. I probably will not get it, but it is on my wish list to actually buy. Let's see, Dreamcast. Since we're talking about Dreamcast, these are two. There are more games on this list that I need to pick up from the Dreamcast that I probably will get. This game is very expensive, so I may get this game on the Japanese side of things. Giga Wing for the Dreamcast right now is a $150 game. That's the American version. I don't see myself picking this up. Now the Japanese version, it's a little bit better. $89. I can see myself maybe doing that. I may find it on eBay at a cheaper price. But yeah, Gigawing 1, absolutely I want this game. I think the game is absolutely awesome. I think you can play this game on the Capcom. It's one of those Capcom collections you could play. Capcom Arcade Stadium, I think. You can play Gigawing 1. This game right here, this might be a game I probably will not play on. I will not buy on the Dreamcast. Not the American version. Gigawing 2 is $260 right now. I probably won't be buying that. I don't see myself doing it. Now, the Japanese version, which I think the Japanese version is actually a better version, is $118. Yeah, maybe. This is a game I want on the Dreamcast. This might not be a bad look. Trigger Heart Excelia is another really good game on the Dreamcast. You can play. I think you can play this game right now on the Xbox 360. I think it's still on sale on the Xbox 360 for like $9. But I want a physical copy of this game. It's $60 complete, not bad. One thing about this game, it is Japanese. It is in Japanese text. So if you don't, yeah. Also, this game is on the Nintendo Switch. I think you can buy this game on the Nintendo Switch as well, outside of buying this game on the Xbox 360.
Oh my god.
It's a pretty solid game. It's a pretty solid game. Here's the
I'm so bad at this game again.
all right. Another game that I wanted to let's see. This game for the Dreamcast is actually cheaper than I thought it'd be. It's $102. It's another game I wouldn't mind picking up. I think you can play this game on I think it's on the Switch. Okay. Let me look. I think this game is actually on the Switch. You can play Zero Gunner 2 on the Switch right now, for what it's worth. All right, let me see if there's any other games I want to talk about really quick. Game on the Genesis. All right. Saturn. All right, let's talk about this game on the Saturn that I want. And I'm going to get these games eventually. But they are expensive. Now, as for this game, Batsugun. Batsugun is a game on the Saturn that is expensive, but you can get this game on the PlayStation 4 right now. You don't have to worry about buying this game at $129. For me, I would like to get this game for the Saturn. It was up to almost $230 at some point, but once it got released for the PlayStation 4, it kind of went down in price. It's still expensive as hell though. But I would like to get this game at some point. But it is on the PlayStation 4. I think it's also, it might be on the Switch as well. This game right here, I don't know if I'm going to buy this game. A complete copy is $504. A loose price is $486. This is a game that I really want, made by Technosoft. If you know anything about Technosoft, they do the the Thunder Force games. They did the Thunder Force games. This is an excellent shooter, but I don't see myself paying this kind of money for this game. Even the loose copy, $486. It's insane. This is how ridiculous it is. Even the manual, if you want the manual by itself, is $107. These are ridiculous prices.
Yeah, do you have a charger up here?
For that?
Yes.
Is it about to die?
Yes. want to.
Yeah. Hold on a second, everybody. What's up?
I don't want to say this. These Joy-Cons cannot fit in there.
Look, plug it up right here. Yeah, plug it up.
Ow!
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, at the top. That one doesn't
There you go.
fast. That one doesn't.
All right, there you go.
Please,
His Switch 2 is about to die, so he tried to charge it.
so that means I'm gonna play this one now.
Are you gonna play it on Switch 1? Okay.
Yo, that thing is fully charged.
Yeah, that's fully charged.
Don't. Okay.
What are you trying to do? Give me that.
That.
Yeah, because you gotta stop. You gotta cut the game off on here.
I did. Did I cut the game off? I love you. I like that guy. Dude, like, these two are free for Mario Kart 8. Like, who cares about that game? It's
Here you
so-
go. All right, there you go. Now you can play it. All right. So he had it. Why don't? Oh, never mind. So my son had a Switch 2. He wanted to play another game on his Switch 1, so he moved it up to a Switch 1. Now he's playing because the Switch 2 is about to die. You need to get ready to go to bed. It's 11:42, son. You need to go down there with your mom and go lay down. Did mommy sleep? Yeah, you need to be down there with her. It's time you go to bed. But nevertheless, yeah, I don't see myself buying this game. I don't see myself doing that. This is a game that I probably won't pick up. This is pretty ridiculous. But I do want it. Matter of fact, I did see this game in a gaming store this past weekend when me and my son actually went to go. Yes, son.
There's a problem. Oh.
Hold on, no, you good. I gotta move your saves over.
Hope my game is saved. I do not like when it do not even think about saving.
Hold on a second. All right, here we go. Download it.
Oh.
Yeah, this is it. This is okay.
Oh.
So you got your data from the Switch 2. I had to put it over here.
Oh. I'm so funny right now.
All right, now you should have all your stuff on that one.
Whee.
All right. So what I was saying is I saw this game in a game store and I don't think it was $500 they were selling it for, but it still wasn't cheap. They probably was selling it for maybe $350. This is insane for a game. Now, this is one game that I would actually advocate for if you want to download off the internet, because this is ridiculous. Like in 2018, nobody wanted this game. Complete box $0, and it shot up immediately to $567. This is ridiculous. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not a bad game. It's not a bad game at all. Now, one thing about it is this game is only on the Saturn. It's the only reason why this game is like still expensive like this, because you can't play this anywhere else. Shout out to World of Long Plays. Hold on a second. This game is called Hyper Duel. It's a shooter that's on the Sega Saturn. It's a $500 game.
Oh, no.
It looks like you see a lot of. Let's see if I can get to the gameplay.
What's the game?
So you can see like a lot of this. You have all this. This looks a lot like Thunder Force. It has the Thunder Force 6 font. All right, let me show you what it looks like. So this is it right here. It's kind of like a Gradius or style game. Or it's basically, it looks like another Thunder Force game actually. It's basically what it is, like Thunder Force. But you got mechs in the game too, so you can play with a mech. They need to re-release this game in some form, if they haven't already. This game is still locked to the Saturn. But this is a $500 something. This is a $500 game. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. You asked if you buy a game at the complete price, does that mean you'll actually play it since it's used versus a high price game that is sealed you will never open? If I buy a game sealed and it costs me a lot of money, I probably will not open it. But if it's already open, I'll probably play it. I probably will play it. Because in my opinion, games are meant to be played. But then again, I got Concord here that's sealed. But, I mean, you can't play it, but you know what I mean. But a new high price. Wait a minute. Oh, he said versus a new high price game.
Look how close I was.
I see you was 20 short. You're 20 short. But if I buy a game that's used, more likely I'll play it. I don't play these. I don't get these games just for to have them sealed and keep them away outside of this one. But this is a very special game. This one's different. Concord is a little bit different. The way I look at Concord is like, this is a game that is a historic game. This game is just historic for what happened to it and how it got delisted. Like I said, this game is still sealed. I don't see myself ever opening this game. It's just a historic factor behind it. Same thing like with, let's say for instance, if I find a sealed copy of like NBA Elite 11, I probably will never open it, even though I could play it. I guess I hope that answered your question. If it's sealed, it's sealed for a reason. I'll probably keep it that way. If it's used and it's open, like for instance, Hyper Duel, this game is like $500. If I get this game and it's open, I'll probably play it. Because I don't look at it at that. I don't look at it at that type of value when it comes to these games.
Dude, did I not kick?
But I will say this: I'm highly. I will say that I would not be surprised if somebody get this game and they want to download this game and play this game on their emulator because this game is $500 and there's nowhere else that you could buy this game. I would not be against anybody downloading this game and actually playing it. It's ridiculous, the price of this game. But nevertheless, let's get back to this right here.
Oh, he did it.
And there's another game that I got on this that I won on the Saturn.
Oh, you already know what I'm spelling. Everybody heard that.
This game right here is very expensive, but you can buy this game. This game is like dirt cheap. Like you can buy this game on Steam. You can buy this game on Xbox. Radiant Silver Gun is pretty cheap, so I'm not against any. You know, I don't even say I'm not against. It's like I'm not really inclined to buy this game, but this game right here, I would like to have. I would like to have it in my Saturn collection, but for $192, I'm not sure if I'm willing to do that because this game is readily available in all different type of places. You know, so it is what it is. Let's see what's another game out here. I guess I could talk about this game, another game that I want to get. It's insane the price of this game is right now. I missed out on this game because this is another game I could have bought. This is another game I could have bought at any time for $20, $30. But like soon as like this is like I will say this is a COVID game. This is a game that went up during COVID. You can see it easily. 2020, it was at $60. COVID hit in March of 2020. It went up to $96 and it never looked back. It went down to 92 at one point, then it shot up to $200. This is one of those games that went up in price due to COVID, in my opinion. Soon as COVID hit, it went up. Silent Hill. Now, one thing about this, I do have Silent Hill on my PlayStation 3. I bought it on the PlayStation Store a long time ago, so I do have the game. But I would like a physical copy of it. $230? Probably not. This is another game I wouldn't mind picking up as well. Silent Hill 3. It's another game that went up during COVID. February 2020 was $54.99. March 2020, it was $59.99. April, $59.50. By May and June, it went up. By June, it went up to $119. Right now, this game is $255. I don't see myself. I don't know if I'll buy this game. I want it, but I don't know if I'll buy it. Now, I do have this game on the Silent Hill collection that came out on the PS3, Xbox 360, but that HD collection is not all that good. It's kind of terrible. Shattered Memories. I don't know if I want this game. This game is not on my wish list, but this is a $400 game. This is basically a retelling of Silent Hill 1. I don't know if I'll pay that much money for that. That's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy on that one. All right, let's see. Any other game? Silent Hill 3, I talked about that. Couple other games that's on here. I want this game, but I don't know if I'm going to buy this game. Oh, where did it go? Oh, here it is. I don't think I'm going to buy this game right here, Abara. This is an excellent shooter. Excellent, excellent shooter. Another really good game that's stuck on the PlayStation 2. You can't buy it anywhere else. Made by Cave. And if you know anything about Cave, Cave makes some excellent shooters. This game is $365. And the loose version of it is $331. Yeah, I want it, but it's on my wish list. I'm not sure. But it just depends on the situation. If I come across some money that I can spend, I probably would get it. I think this game here is available. Now, I think this game is locked. I think this game is locked to the PlayStation 2. Now, you can get the second version of this game, Esmeralda. I think I said that right. Esmeralda. You can buy this game on, I think the second version of this game is on 360. I have the second version on the 360. This version, Esmeralda 2, I got this on the 360. I bought this game. It was like $20. The price of this game went down significantly. And this game went all the way down in 2023. And it went back up a little bit. But this game is now, you can buy it on the Switch. That's probably why, this game is actually on the Switch. But the first game is still locked on the PS2. I'm willing to pay the $86. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I can see myself paying that money for this. This game is actually really good, and in my opinion, it's worth it. Do you have any of those Sega CD or Sega Saturn adult mature games like Night Trap or Corpse Killer? No, I do not have any of those. I never was interested in buying those games. One thing about me, I buy games that I want to play. I don't buy games because they're necessarily rare, but I do buy games that I truly want to play. The only game that I bought because that it was rare and I did not want to play it was this. I remember when this game was being pulled off shelves. The day that I found out, I went to Amazon and bought this game for like $35 because I know that they did not want nobody to buy this game anymore. Like they pulled it off the shelves. If they was at the shelves at Best Buy, you can go, or Walmart or whatever, you can go to Walmart. They would not scan this game. The game would not scan. Sony went out of their way to not let this game be sold physically anymore. So when I found that out, I went to Amazon, bought this game for $35 right before they stopped selling the game. And the person who had this game, the vendor who had it, they sent it to me probably like an hour before they stopped selling the game online, period. So I bought this game by the skin of my teeth. But you can buy the game on eBay now, but I bought it for $35 at the time. But as far as those games like Night Trap, Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, Corpse Killer, games for the 3DO that are really obscure, no, I don't buy those games because I buy games that I truly want to play. So even though these games are expensive that I'm showing you, these are games that I really want to play. These are not games that I want to get because they're rare. Because those games are basically just rare just because. Like this game, for instance, right here. This game is not on my wish list. But this game, hey. All right now. Being loud for no reason. I love my son, but he's loud for no reason right now. This game right here. I want this game really bad. I want this game. But there's no way I'll be paying $2,600 for this game. That's not happening. That's absolutely not happening. This game is ridiculously expensive for no reason. Well, I mean, I get it. I know why it's expensive, but this game right here, I would love to get this game. And this is the game I will play. But I don't see myself buying this. This is to the point where it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? This is pretty ridiculous for a game. So I probably will not be buying this. Absolutely not. This is a game that I want. I think it's really cool. I really want this game. This is probably like one of the first games I will buy on my list, on the wish list. Because I love rally games. I love racing games. Sega Rally 2006 is an excellent game. I would love to pick this game up. $71. That's a little pricey, but I will swing this. Now, this version, believe it or not, This is the 2006 version with Sega Rally Championship. This is a game that I will buy. It is actually $58. This is a steal. I would love to buy this. I need to buy this. I need to buy this before they decide to go up in price. $58 for 2 games, Sega Rally 95 and Sega Rally 2006 together, and Sega Rally 95 is upscaled to 480p. I would love to buy this game. I need to buy this. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. All the games that I really want to buy. All the other ones are so-so. But I think, honestly, I don't think this game is necessarily, I think it's worth $58, but I think it's worth more. Go on eBay, it's probably worth a little bit more. But I think Mind's Eye will be pulled as soon. Yeah, Mind's Eye, they're actually working on that game. I think they had a couple of patches that came out, so they may that game may stay where it is. It may. I think it has a chance to live, but I do feel at the same time, I don't think patches. They may not. That game may not fix itself with the patches, but Mind's Eye could be a game that could be pulled, but they are patching the game. So they did have a crossover update. Mind's Eye delays Hitman crossover update. Says updates may be less frequent going. Whoa, wait a minute. I don't know, man. Okay, they said we apologize for the release of Hitman. Hey, son, you're too loud, my son. Son, all loud up. We apologize for the release of Hitman X. Mind's Eye mission originally scheduled for July, but it'll be postponed to a later date. We look forward to delivering this exciting crossover when the time is right. Yeah, it's probably gonna hang around for a while. But yeah, I don't know. Anything else I need to say before I get out? It is midnight. I need to put this boy to bed because I know he's sleepy. And it's midnight. He needs to get ready to get back in the swing of things, getting back to swing of things as far as school go. But I think he could stay up late, maybe one more night. Not just for tonight, maybe one more. But after that, you need to go to bed, boy. Hey, come here. You better go to bed?
No.
You sleepy?
Mm-mm.
Are you lying?
No.
Better go downstairs. Yeah, I'm about to put him to bed. But this has been a pretty good stream, man. I don't have anything else. Anything else I want to share before I get out of here? I'm not really sure. Not really sure. Not really sure. I think that's pretty much it. I don't know. I will say tomorrow I will be going live again, but I will be playing more of Tomb Raider. I will be playing Tomb Raider, the definitive edition. I'm gonna try to play some more of that. So I will be live doing that. Also, I will probably be putting a video out on the channel as well, so be on the lookout for that. So I know you're normally over there on Twitch, Grizz, but if you want to come over to YouTube, that's where I do my regular videos. But I will be live on Twitch. I will be live on YouTube. I'll be live on Facebook. I'll be doing that. We'll be playing some more of Tomb Raider. I do plan on going live and playing some other games, but I really want to finish Tomb Raider first, and we'll be doing all that. So hopefully you guys will come through. I really appreciate everybody who came through and watched the stream. Like to talk about gaming and everything under that umbrella. Really cool. I think I'm gonna say this right. Is it Grizz Doctor Forever? I think that's your name on. I think that's your name on Twitch. Grizz Doctor Forever. That's what I see. Kenneth Mullen, I appreciate you coming through as well. Sir Bishop, appreciate you coming through. Anybody else who just came through just to watch, I really appreciate you guys. I am going to get up out of here. It's midnight. Get my son into bed. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, probably around the same time, maybe a little bit earlier, 9, 10 o'clock. Be around that time. I'll be live playing some Tomb Raider. Hopefully you guys come through. I really would appreciate it. We'll chat and talk some more games. And I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to like. Do all the other good stuff. I really appreciate it if you guys do that. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all guys take it easy. Y'all be blessed. And man, I'm about to go and you say that. Do you have to pay a separate insurance for your collectibles against fire? Actually, no. All this stuff is covered with the homeowner's insurance. All this stuff is bundled into one. So yeah. So matter of fact, my wife did that, and I wasn't even thinking about it. My wife did that for me some years ago, and I didn't even think about putting insurance on this. But yeah, I have insurance on it. My wife put it on there some years ago, and it wasn't my idea; it was hers. But yeah, but I'm gonna get up out of here. We'll talk soon. He got me another question. Is my son interested in taking over my collection? I don't know. He's 6, so I don't know. He's 6 years old, but I will say one thing. He does like adding to the collection. He's one of those kids that he doesn't mind buying digital games, but he does like going out buying games physically. He does like going to the game store. So I think when he gets older, he'll probably want to keep this around for himself. And I think that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, all right, finally, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. But I love the questions, I really do. But if my son was asleep, I'd probably still be up here. But I gotta put him to bed. I really gotta put him to bed. I know my wife's probably asleep. I gotta get him into bed. If he was asleep, I'll still be up here doing this. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Probably while I'm playing the game. I'll see you guys on the next one for the 3rd time. I really appreciate the questions. I really do. And I'll see y'all on the next one. I am out. All right, y'all. Good night. And peace.